Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna. This is Coffee, Books, and Bullet Journals. It's Tag Tuesday and I am going to be doing the Pride book flag. Book tag? Book flag. Book... The Pride flag book tag? Sure. So I was actually going to wait until June to do this because it's Pride Month in June, and so that was when I was going to do this tag. However, there was some things going on Twitter this past week that caused me to want to do this book earlier. And someone put out a petition, well, not like a real petition, but somebody tweeted out that we needed to resurrect the Pride book tag that was originally created by Spence over at Common Spence, which I highly recommend that you go check out his tag. And I think it was put out last year. And it was created by him, and it was just, that one is full of education and stuff like that. And so definitely go and read or go and watch that video. So this is the first time I've ever really gotten involved, like full on involved in drama. And I'm not doing this tag to incite drama or anything like that. I'm doing it to show support for my fellow LGBTQ plus booktubers. And I don't want this to become an issue of contention or anything like that, but I feel like I do need to support them. So I haven't talked much about it on this channel. It's not something that I'm really public about, but I do identify as pansexual or bisexual. It's not something that it's a new, I don't know how to, this is really confusing and stuff for me. It's not something that I've identified with my entire life. I was raised in a very religious home. So it wasn't something that even until basically until my adult life, until the past even just couple of years, that I've really delved into this a little bit deeper. So anyways, that being said, I'm going to do the Pride book tag. Basically, the questions are all based on the rainbow, and what those colors on the flag mean. So without further ado, let's just get started. All right, and I do have my questions off to the side. I'm going to read them because they are very eloquent, and I don't want to mess them up. But the first one is Red, a book with a spirited protagonist that totally proud of who they are, someone who gives you life. Red does mean life. All right, so for me, this is actually, and I am picking people, these are all LGBT, either characters or authors or both, either the storyline. It doesn't necessarily, not necessarily meaning that the main person is, or the main character is, but so for this example, I'm actually going with one of the side characters, and it's Piper from Until the Last Star Fades by Jacqueline Middleton. Piper is bisexual, and so this is one of those ones that, and it was really funny because I was actually talking to the author about this before, and before it came out, and I was saying, I'm in a Facebook group with her, and there was a question of who would you want to go on a date with, one of the characters from her first books, and I had said Lucy, which was the side character in her London Belongs to Me series, and she was like, oh, you're gonna love Piper. And I was like, ooh, oh, what's this? And I didn't know she was bi or anything like that. And she is just so full of life, and it's so exciting. They live in New York. It made me so happy. So obviously that's something that gives me life. She was so proud of who she was, and I loved it. All right, the next one is Orange, which is healing, and it's a book that made you, as the reader, find a deeper meaning or catharsis in your own life. for me, without a doubt, this has to be The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So not only is Evelyn Hugo bi, but there's a lot of things even in her marriages that she had talked about, and she that I resonated with on so many levels. You know, about heartbreak and loss and the struggles that she went through in her life. Obviously, I'm not in Hollywood, I'm not a star or anything like that, but there were just some things in her private life that I really resonated with, really have, I've been there. So, seeing her go through it and seeing her come out of it stronger, definitely the book that, there's no other option for that. The next book is Yellow, which is Sunshine, a book that fills you with so much joy that it could brighten even your darkest day. So, I tried to not pick super cliche answers with this, because there are some really popular LGBT YA books. So I try to kind of go outside of that realm, but this one I had to go with. Autobiography by Christina Lauren. This is a male young adult romance that takes place in Salt Lake City. And this one also deals with a lot of religious aspects, which I'll talk about another book in a minute. But this one is just, Sebastian and Tanner have my whole entire heart, and they need to be protected at all costs. And I love them so, so, so much. But their romance and how sweet it was is just, it warms my soul. All right, the next one is Green, which is Nature. That is a book that is set out of this world, a reality different than your own. Again, for this one, I am going with one of my all-time favorites, and that is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan. This is an Asian-inspired fantasy, and it has a female-female romance in it, and I absolutely loved those two characters. I love this story. This is one of my favorites of 2018, and I am so excited to get her next book. And she said she was gonna have arcs at BookCon, and if I just go home with that arc, I will be happier than any. I could not be happier. So I love this book. You should read it. I know that there's mixed reviews on it, but I enjoyed it very, very much. Okay, the next one is Blue, which is Peace, a book where one of the characters finds peace with a difficult truth. So for this one, I'm actually going with My Fake Canadian Wife by M. Hollis. This was an adult contemporary novella, and it was about a female-female romance. And it started out as a fake dating, which was great. I love those. And you don't necessarily see this much character development in novellas, especially romance novellas. But I absolutely loved this book. Dora is a Brazilian native, and she lives in Canada. She gets a letter from immigration saying that she's going to be deported, and so she does this, she tries to get this marriage visa, and she starts dating this woman and gets engaged, and fake marriage. So, but throughout the book, which is only 100 and something pages, she struggles with this reality of basically thinking she's trapping this other person into this relationship for several years, but understanding and realizing that she actually loves her, and apparently that this other woman is gonna do this and sacrifice her future for her, means that she really loves her as well. So highly recommend it. It was only 105 pages or something like that, so very quick read. All right, the last one is Purple, which is Spirit, and that is a book that deals with LGBT plus themes and religion. So, like I said, autobiography would have worked for that, but another one that I really, really enjoyed that I read last year was Georgia Peaches and Other Forbidden Fruit. This is a young adult coming-of-age story about a girl who is the daughter of a Southern Baptist televangelist preacher, or radio evangelist preacher. And they move from Atlanta, where she can actually kind of be out and kind of celebrate that, and then they move to this very small town because his dad gets remarried, and he asks her to kind of go back into the closet and not say anything, not kind of act straight. And so it's this whole story about realizing who you truly are, and not not hiding yourself despite who's around you, where you are, what other people's beliefs are, and that people aren't going to hate you. They're not going to hate you. They're going to love you for who you are. And it was beautiful. I loved it. She meets this girl in this very small town, and yeah, it was good. If you haven't read it, please do. It was so good. It read a little bit young. I mean, it was definitely young adult, but it was one of those young adult books that I still very much enjoyed. All right, guys, so that is the Pride book. I keep wanting to say the Pride book flag, and that's not right. The Pride flag book tag. I am not going to tag anybody in this, but if you would like to do this, make sure that you let me know that you did it, and yeah, I tag you. If you want to do it, I tag you. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video, and all of the links to my social medias are in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.